guys, I hope you well. Ramadan Kareem to everyone. I wish you all a wonderful month full of blessings, peace, reflections, and the strength to change the little habits that you want to change. I hope this month becomes the best month for all of us. Getting back to this video, I used to be one of those people that would be like, everything has to be fresh. No, not anymore. Because so I sat myself down and I told myself, yo, you have to change your ways. You can't continue this way. So I started meal prepping, and it is one of the best decisions I have made in my life. I make the meals that can be done well ahead of time, something that cannot change its taste or the scent or anything that can be frozen, while I focus on items that has to be done that very day. Those are the fresh things, you know. But that does not mean I cannot indulge once in a while during Ramadan, go all out. I do that because 3 to 4 times within the month I do have a large gathering, mostly friends, family, you know, and I go all out. I make so many desserts, so many starters, so many main courses. So I do that, but not every day, you know. I want to focus on this blessed month because I hope I make sense. I made a lot of things off camera because I suddenly decided to vlog Ramadan meal prep, and I already made falafels. I think I made arayas, but I do have some of the recipes on my Instagram. I would share the handles in the description box. Do care to check them out. And so yeah, I think that's all. I've basically wrapped up everything up. So not to bore you a little, I'm gonna take you through all the things that I made, and so let's get into the video, shall we? To make your samosa dough, add in plain flour, olive oil or any type of oil you have at hand, black pepper, salt, and then some water. Mix everything together until you get a smooth dough. Knead for some time and then let it rest for 30 minutes. And then make the chapatis for the samosas. I like to part cook the samosa dough because it's easier to shape it. So slightly cook it on each side on a tawa or a pan like me. Make sure you roll the dough as round as you can, or at least try. And also you can shape them as you want, but as thin as you can. For the mince, I added beef mince together with a little bit of lamb mince because lamb mince has more fat. So just brown that, use a whisk to separate the mince, dry any excess water, add your chopped onions, garlic and ginger paste, tomato paste, bouillon cubes, oil, a little bit of oil, not too much oil, salt, coriander, chopped coriander, boiled potatoes, spring onion, cumin, smoked paprika, 7 spice, garam masala. Mix everything until it's well combined. Also add in a bit of some lemon juice. When you're about to wrap them, make sure the chapatis are still a little bit warm because it makes it a lot easier to wrap them. I just cut the chapatis in half. To glue them, mix flour and some water. Easy as that. I just fold them and I keep them in a freezer bag. That's all. They look so yummy, mashallah. I can't wait to have them. Don't have a container full of Nigerian stew in the freezer, then you're not Nigerian. I'm just joking. So this is Nigerian stew, my style. If you're looking for that wedding vibe, smoky flavor, and oh, let me not just talk you into doing it, but you can see for yourself. So all I'm doing is adding my chicken. I've washed my chicken, adding it to the pot, adding some ginger and garlic paste, bay leaf, salt, thyme, curry, chopped onions, habanero pepper, and I'm adding some lamb parts to just make the broth more juicier. Cover the pot, allow it to simmer. I use local chicken for this recipe because I don't want it to be too soft, since I'm going to be warming it time to time. I'm making a large batch. So after a while, I remove the chicken, fry it in a bit of oil with some onions, garlic, thyme, and habanero for more flavor, because I'm using the same oil to fry the stew. I'm just aiming for a golden color on the chicken, and I remove it from the oil. I spread the tomato, chili, onions, habanero pepper, capsicum, and garlic on a baking tray, and I roast it for good 40 minutes. This makes it easier for you to cook the stew, because the pepper mix have already cooked. Oh my god, I love me some good roasted garlic. The smell, it's heavenly. So after that, I take a new pot, saving my oil, add chopped onions, and I also add in the blended mixture. I fry it for some time, add bouillon cubes and salt, and I also added some salt and bouillon cubes to the broth, and I will let this fry for like 10 minutes, and then I will add the chicken bits and some broth, and then I will let it simmer for another 10 minutes on low heat. Adjust seasoning, and bang bang bang, just like that. I have 4-liter container of Nigerian stew. It really comes in handy during Ramadan, I'm telling you. So yeah, I hope you like this recipe and you try it. When you are eating this recipe, you will think it's Eid. You will think you went to a wedding. It's really nice. It has that smoky. Okay, let me just keep quiet and leave it there. For this spring roll filling, I'm making 2 fillings, and the first one, I'm just adding a bit of olive oil and chicken mince to the pan, and going to dry off any excess water, adding some salt, paprika, chili flakes, ginger and garlic paste. I cannot live without ginger and garlic paste, especially during this Ramadan, inshallah, because it saves lots of time and energy. I'm adding bouillon cubes, tomato paste, lemon juice, boiled potatoes, sweet corn, some shredded carrots, spring onion, and powdered coriander. Oh, I'm already salivating. So for the second filling, I'm adding some cream cheese, mozzarella cheese. You can add feta cheese, some sweet corn, spring onion, lemon juice, olives, and a dash of chili flakes. And then I'm just showing you different techniques to roll the spring roll. And for the sealant, you can use mayonnaise, cream cheese, any one you want. It is as simple as that. I bought a store-bought spring roll sheet, so it's really easy to make and so delicious. I hope you try it. And you just freeze this, and you can use it at any time. You can air fry it, deep fry, even bake them. Oh, I just can't wait to indulge in this. Gozleme and fatire. So gozleme is a savory stuffed flatbread made from unleavened dough, salt, water, and flour, while fatire is a savory pie made from a yeast dough. I like my gozleme with a yeast dough, which is why I'm using the same dough for both gozleme and fataya. I hope it makes sense. So all you need for this dough is flour, olive oil, dried mint, salt, sugar, and yeast. Yes, knead the dough really well and allow it to rise for an hour. After an hour, I kneaded it really well, and I cut the dough into pieces and shaped them into balls. I allowed it to proof for the second time and I started shaping them. For the Gozleme, all you need to do is roll it out to a thin flat bread, add it to your tava or your pan, add in the filling and fold, seal, that's just it, and then flip. The filling I used is the same filling I made for my samosa. The only difference is that I added cheese for my Gozleme, and so that it can be an added advantage as a sealant, and I add in some butter to make it crisp and sound really nice. That's all. You can literally make any type of filling you want for the gozleme. You can use feta cheese and spinach, mozzarella cheese and eggs, anything you feel like. I had leftover samosa filling, so I decided to add feta cheese with mozzarella cheese so that it can be creamier and cheesy, just the way I like it. So for the fatire, all I'm doing is shaping it into a round shape, a little bit thick, because it's supposed to be bready, and I'm adding the filling and making the classic shape. You can just follow the steps. It's really easy, and I bake them after they've cooled down, freeze them, and I can enjoy them with a cup of coffee or tea anytime I feel like. This is a great breakfast idea or brunch. You can make them well ahead of time and keep them. I hope you enjoy this recipe, and I hope you'll try it and tag me. Thank you so much. Assorted meat pepper soup. For this recipe, I washed the assorted meat with vinegar and salt to remove all the funky smell, added it to the pot, and in a separate blender I added bell pepper, habanero pepper, garlic, ginger, pepper soup spice, salt, onion, and bouillon cubes, and I blended them all together. And meanwhile I added salt to the assorted meats, and after cooking for some time and draining all excess water, I added the blended mix, and I added cardamom, dried lemon, and I adjusted the seasoning, and then covered the pot and allowed it to cook for some time. After a while, when it's all cooked, I added chopped onions, bell pepper, basil, parsley, and dried crayfish. And that's all. Tasty, yummy assorted meat pepper soup. I hope you try it. Chicken pepper soup recipe. This is my all-time favorite. I love chicken. Oh my god. So all you need is wash your chicken. I'm using local chicken because it's the best for pepper soup. So I'm adding bouillon cubes, spice mix, cardamom pods, bay leaf, ginger and garlic, pepper soup spice, and a whole load of onions. I'm adding chili, habanero pepper, and bell pepper. So I'm going to cover this and let it steam by itself to bring out the excess water from the chicken, and then I'll pick out the peppers, add some onions, blend them all nicely together, and I'm going to pour it back inside the pot with the chicken, and I'm going to cover it with water. And then after some time, I'm going to adjust the seasoning, add parsley and coriander, dried lemon, and let it cook some more. So after a few minutes and it's all cooked, I add in some chopped onions and bell pepper for the last time. Oh my god, tell me this doesn't look great. Please try out this recipe. You would not regret it.
So for this lamb pepper soup, very easy. I let the meat braise in its own fat for some time, because if there's too much oil, I reduce it, and then I add chopped onions, bay leaves, bouillon cubes, salt, cardamom, dried lemon, habanero, bell pepper, more onions, spice mix, and then I add in some water. I also add in some parsley and coriander, ginger and garlic. After some time, I remove the bell pepper, parsley, coriander, blend them all together and add them back into the pot. I add in more spices like curry and dried mint, 7 spices. Yeah. And cover the pot and allow it to cook for some time. When the water has reduced generously, that's it. Add in more chopped onions and bell pepper and enjoy your soup. Really delicious. So for this recipe, I'm going to show you tips and tricks to make the perfect Adana kebab. You can make it on a shish, anyhow you want. So for the classic kebab, 40% lamb and 60% beef is used, but for this video I'll be using beef. And so first and foremost, the ingredients are green chili, onions, red peppers and some garlic. You're supposed to finely chop them individually and then chop them all together. Then add your mince, chop them all together, add in pepper flakes and salt. Make sure they're finely chopped. This is the main ingredient. It brings everything together. If you put it in the machine, then you've ruined the whole dish. You're mainly supposed to hand mince the beef, but I know it takes a lot of time and effort, so you can buy an already minced meat, but make sure you chop it with the other ingredients. And one other tip is that when you're cooking your kebab, don't let the kebab touch the pan. Then it's going to become a kofta. So don't let it touch the pan, let it retain all the moisture and juices. But I made beef patties because I wanted to have it as a burger. Kofta isn't just meat, it's a mixture of a lot of greatness. You would need to puree onions and stale bread. You know, old tradition, it makes it more meaningful. So using the stale bread, it will help hold the kofta together and increase the size. You can use any type of stale bread, wheat bread, anything. So after making the puree of the onion and bread, add your meat, butter, baking soda. If you don't have baking soda, you can add baking powder, salt, black pepper, and turn it into a paste. I added butter because lamb is mostly used for kofta and I'm using beef mince and it's not fatty the way I wanted to, so that is why I added the butter. So it doesn't look great and it has a funky smell, but it's because of the carbonate. It's making it age and tenderize. The meat will have a spongy texture. So after everything, make sure you wet your hands with water and give it a shape. The more surface area, the better the taste. And that's it, the perfect kofta recipe. There are more than 350 recipes, but I assure you this is the best. Thank you.
like this video as much as I did filming this. If you can, please bless my efforts by liking, comments, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on your post notifications so that you can be alerted whenever I post. And please, if you have any questions for me, send through my DM comments. I love engaging with you all. Thank you. Have a blessed month, inshallah.